starts right now.
Big day tomorrow. School starts in Uvalde. This is the first time that students are returning to class after the May 24th shooting that left 21 people dead.
The district has been working on implementing safety and security changes. As our Lee Waldman shows us, headway has been made, but some of those changes won't be done in time.
You want me to go to your schools, right?
Yes.
I don't know how long that will last.
That was 1 week ago. Caitlin Gonzalez, a Uvalde CISD student, expressing hesitation and concern over returning to class just a few months after her best friend and 20 others died at Robb Elementary. One day before school starts, that feeling is radiating through adults, too.
I would make sure they stay home and get homeschooled or do something, but not until the campuses are secure and safe. Should anyone, not even the teachers, be allowed to come back?
Uvalde native Irene Santos says she is not confident in the fencing installed at Dalton Elementary and Uvalde Elementary. Father of 3 students, Anson Bills, is more concerned that Flores Elementary has not received the same 8-foot fencing. His youngest son, Adam, was supposed to attend Flores this year.
Flores doesn't have a fence. Flores doesn't have anything.
The district's website shows fencing is in progress at only 3 of the 8 UCISD campuses. No change from last week. It's the same for the secured vestibules. Bills has decided to move Adam to the virtual academy. He's confident in the decision after assurances from his teacher.
She's told every parent that. She wants to make sure that this runs smoothly as possible.
DPS troopers will be stationed outside of every school as students head back to the campus tomorrow. You can see behind me, the troopers are conducting training so they know exactly what their roles will be.
Oh, we're sorry about that. We're dealing with some technical issues. Now, you know, this isn't an easy time for Uvaldians, especially those who were in the school the day of the shooting, like 4th grade teacher Elsa Avila. She was shot in her classroom while protecting students, and she's just not comfortable returning to any classroom right now.
I was in so much pain. I couldn't move, I couldn't talk, but I could hear that they were really frightened. And then the little girls that were next to me would move me and would pat me, and they would tell me, "It's going to be okay, miss. You're going to be okay. We love you." I get excited with them, and I do, you know, I want to be involved with that. But then it's like, you know, reality kicks in. It's like, okay, well, I'm not doing that this year.
Yeah, you got to feel for her. She spent weeks in the hospital recovering. She's been an educator for more than 30 years. As we've mentioned before, tomorrow is going to be the first day of classes for Uvalde CISD students, and our GMSA team is going to be there live as the community tries to move forward while also honoring the victims. Now, you can expect to see more coverage throughout our evening newscast right here on KSAT.
Crime Stoppers in San Antonio police looking for tips to find 2 suspects accused in getting into a gunfight back in May. These images were taken on May 3rd near East Drexel Avenue and South Hackberry Streets on the east side. There, a 34-year-old victim was shot while waiting at a stoplight. The shot came from a gunfight between 3 people, according to police, and that victim wasn't even involved. Anyone with information asked to call tips to 210-224-STOP.
Truck driver dead after losing control and crashing on the west side. The driver crashed around 2:30 this morning near Loop 410 and Highway 90. San Antonio police say the pickup hit the guardrail and a utility pole, which made the driver lose control and then cross highway lanes before crashing into the guardrail yet again. And he was pronounced dead at the scene.
An overnight crime scene has plenty of evidence left behind, but will it be enough to help BCSO investigators find the suspects accused of a fatal shooting? Our Katrina Weber tells us why deputies believe there was more than one shooter involved.
At just after 11 last night, the day was nearly done, but the investigation was just beginning in the 6500 block of Beach Trail Drive. Bexar County deputies found a man identified as 42-year-old Antonio Flake dead from gunshot wounds outside his home. They told us nearby they also found shell casings from 2 different guns. Someone living a block away had called 911 after hearing those gunshots, But it seems it was a crime that was hard for anyone to ignore.
Based on what neighbors tell me, there were more than half a dozen very loud gunshots that rang out. One man told me he could hear them as he drove from Judson High School nearly 2 miles away.
No one wanted to talk about it on camera, but deputies were hoping they would get some answers from several people who they questioned overnight. So far, they have not made any arrests. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Switching gears now, for a lot of people, Labor Day symbolizes the unofficial end to summer, but we can't forget what this day is really about. The holiday was created to honor the contributions of workers in the U.S. who were undervalued, underpaid, and did their jobs in really harsh conditions.
A public space in downtown San Antonio aims to celebrate the leaders of the city's labor movement and educate visitors as well.
Our Alicia Barrera shows us more.
Carefully etched on the pavement, feet above the Riverwalk, is a reminder of San Antonio's important labor history.
It was the building trades, the service employees, the teachers, the ones who really built San Antonio.
Solidarity Forever, a labor anthem written by Ralph Chaplin.
Their sweat was in these buildings around here and in classrooms and in hospitals.
The names of 8 brave individuals, including Emma Tenayuca, take center stage at the new Labor Plaza.
She led the pecan shellers strike back in 1938. The centerpiece is modeled after the auditorium where she made a speech but was violently attacked by a mob.
Henry Hank Brown, Joan Suarez, Robert Thompson, Linda Chavez Thompson, Mario Salas, Shelley Potter, and Rebecca Flores, who was present today, are also recognized.
The greatest moment for me was when I saw farm workers organized, sitting in a convention for the Farm Workers Union in Pharr, Texas, for the first time in the history of Texas, and voting on what they thought the priorities were for them as workers.
And although the contributions of those honored today have made a significant impact in improving the working conditions, not just here in San Antonio, but beyond, they admit there's still a lot more work to be done.
There's so many people living in poverty in San Antonio, having to work 2 jobs or having to be underpaid in so many jobs.
But the key for momentum and change, according to Flores, was and will be solidarity forever.
How do you as an individual know that your issue can be transformed into something that a politician will accept and do something about, but only if you're organized, only if you have thousands of people working with you on the same issue?
Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
All right, now we're going to take a live look outside here, 87 degrees. Yes, the skies look lovely right now, but one thing we want to focus on is, for the last few weeks we've had a little bit of rain, a little something, but now we need to know whether it did something to our water levels. How are we doing with that, with the aquifer?
Well, over the weekend, the aquifer went up 2 feet, but in the last 24 hours, it's gone up 1/10 of a foot over the past 24 hours. And the pollen count, though, that rain did increase those molds. Molds are high past 3,000. We've got a busy pollen count too. Fall elm, grass, pigweed, and ragweed are also present. Thankfully, they're all in low amounts. Now I'm going to show you the radar here. That's not rain you're seeing on the radar. Guess what? It's butterflies. I'm sure you've seen a lot of those butterflies out there. You can see those streaks there. Butterflies are migrating to the south. More on the American snout butterfly and your car wash forecast, because you're probably going to need that too coming up in a few minutes.
Looking forward to that, Sarah. Thank you. No insurance? No problem. That was the case today for 150 people who got dental care for free. Cisd Dental and Braces had no-cost clinics at its 2 West Side locations. Our Jesse Degollado takes us inside what's become a Labor Day tradition.
Even on a holiday, this dentist's office had a line of patients out the door.
Even before, the sun was coming up, we had a huge line of people that were waiting, and so that speaks volumes right there.
All for free dental care that the organizers say they couldn't afford otherwise.
I'm actually one of them that's hard for me to get medical and dental insurance.
And without insurance or resources?
It's amazing the pain that people will put up with.
Robert Almaraz says he's put up with it off and on for years now, and as a result,
I've been having a low-grade fever for the past 6 years. Didn't have the funds to get myself checked out.
Until he heard about the free dental care being offered, an annual labor of love on Labor Day by a company with 26 dental clinics in the Southwest, 2 of them in San Antonio.
I'm told their dental practices are purposely put in communities like the West Side for good reason.
They say it's not just about helping the underserved, but the unserved in terms of dental care where it's needed most, in San Antonio's own backyard.
You know, we just take people as you come. We're not here to judge anyone. We're just here to help you out.
It's why he says they have payment plans and cash discounts throughout the year. But the no-cost dental care on Labor Day is their way of giving back.
Where much is given, much is expected, and we want to do what we can to help everyone.
Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
Great gesture. All right, living with PTSD can be hard to overcome, but there's a farmstead that aims to ease that burden. How they use horses to help those struggling with PTSD.
Also, in our Solutionary series, we're going to focus on school safety ahead of Uvalde CISD's first day. We're going to explain one of the proven ways to keep students safe.
And checking traffic, sometimes this is a trouble spot. It is definitely not today. Nope. There is very little traffic. This is I-10 at the Y as things kind of wind around by the fine silver building and you see downtown San Antonio off in the distance. Sometimes you have backups here, but that is not the case on Labor Day.
Working on healing and finding hope for the Uvalde community as the district gets ready to start the new school year. I'm Sarah Acosta. Coming up tomorrow on GMSA, we'll be live here in Uvalde for the first day of school.
Welcome back. So we've gone out there several times to show you the traffic situation. Nada.
Yeah.
Nothing. Pretty slow today, of course, because of the Labor Day holiday. But hold up. You know that's going to change tomorrow.
Yeah. For the commute to work to the continuation of construction work, our traffic authority, Stephen Cavazos, tells us what road closures you can expect for this week.
The road work continues in and around the Alamo City throughout the month of September, so let's go ahead and see what you can expect if you plan to drive off into the month. All right, 35 there in Frio County. Now, you see some pavement data collection, and I know that may be a little strange, but that is actually when crews are out there inspecting the pavement to see if it needs any repairs. And so this work is actually going to take place on Thursday, September 8th, should be wrapping on Friday, September 9th. Now, TxDOT reports this starting at 7:30 in the morning and wraps around 5 in the afternoon. Moving operations will take place from US 57 to the Frio/Medina County line. Let's take a drive back here in I-10 over on the east side of Bexar County where barrier work continues on Friday, September 9th. A portion of that will wrap up on Monday, September 12th. That will take place overnight. So late night owls, early bird commuters, 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning is then when you can expect that full closure of the westbound main lanes from File Road to Loop 1604. Let's take one last look here. 410 over on the west side of San Antonio, pavement work continues Tuesday, September 13th until Tuesday, September 27th. It does start at 7 in the evening and wraps around 5 in the morning. That's when you'll see alternating main lane closures in both directions from Ingram Road there to US 90. But that information, you know where to find it. It's on our website at ksat.com/traffic. Grab those phones, open your camera app and scan the QR code by tapping the center of your screen. That will take you directly to the KSAT traffic page. Scroll to the bottom and you'll find a full list of closures there.
She's a model. Check this out. This is San Antonio local Savannah Rose. She's been picked to be a Down syndrome ambassador in Times Square for the Down Syndrome Awareness Month. One day each year, the video monitors of Times Square showcase photos of children, teens, adults with Down syndrome living their best life. Savannah's photo was picked from more than 2,400 entries. She's precious. This grinning face will be on 2 jumbo screens during the event on September 17th. Congratulations to Savannah.
Savannah, you're adorable. We're so happy for you.
All right, let's turn to the weather situation out there. And, you know, when we're talking about butterflies, there's not a lot going on the radar.
No, there isn't all that much going on the radar, except you can see the butterflies, which as this meteorologist thinks is pretty cool. But take a look at your screens. This is a common sight out there. Butterflies everywhere, especially when you're driving. You just can't avoid them. They're in your radiator. Car washes are going to be pretty happy. There's going to be a lot of customers over the coming days. But this is the annual migration of the American snout butterfly. If you end up seeing one of those butterflies, you'll notice that it does have a bit of a snout. And we can actually see the butterflies migrating on the radar. These streaks that you see up in Kendall County, that's the radar picking up these butterflies. They're migrating south of San Antonio. Vast majority of them survive. They don't live all that long anyway, only about 14 to 16 days. They feed on hackberry. That's where they host, on hackberry. There's plenty of hackberry around us here in San San Antonio. And again, they migrate anytime from the end of August all the way through the end of September. They don't really stick to a certain calendar date. So we can't really make too many inferences about the weather. But if you do need to wash your car from those butterflies, know that car wash forecast is pretty good over the next few days. One thing I'll caution you is that on Wednesday we do have a slight 20% chance for an isolated shower later in the day. But otherwise, doing good on the car wash forecast. You'll be able to get a few good days out of that car wash too. 87 degrees outside right now. It feels like 91. Winds are from the south at about 10 miles per hour. Sunsets tonight at 7:51. 10% chance for a stray shower out there. There have been a couple of those, but really your odds of seeing rain are not very good tonight. It'll be muggy, 78 degrees by midnight. Here's a look at the highs today. We were at 91 in San Antonio, 2 degrees shy of the average. 88 only in Del Rio, 86 in Uvalde, 89 in Kerrville, and 93 in New Braunfels. It really didn't feel all that bad outside. And as we look at the grand scheme of things across the state of Texas, plenty of rain down in the RGV, and there's even some thunderstorms out near San Angelo. But really, we're going to have a fairly quiet weather pattern. This low pressure system that's bringing all of this rain and even flooding rains across a good portion of the eastern United States, that's where most of the activity is going to be in the coming days. And really, this heat high, even though it's off further to the west, is still going to be our dominating factor. We're not necessarily going to see temperatures into the triple digits, but it is going to keep things dry for us. Take a look, though, how hot it is going to be across portions of the western tier of the United States. Hotter in Denver tomorrow than in San Antonio, 113 in Death Valley tomorrow. Big heat wave from that heat high. Instead, it'll mainly just keep us dry here in San Antonio. As we look at the future cast for Wednesday, with that low pressure system up near the Mississippi River, it'll send around bits of energy on Wednesday, and that's why we only have about a 20% chance for an isolated shower. Odds are you're not going to see rain. About 20% chance there for that rainfall. For your Tuesday tomorrow, waking up at 74 degrees, partly cloudy skies, 86 at noon, 93 for the high temperature, light and variable winds tomorrow. Take a look at morning lows around the metro area. It's actually going to be in the 60s in parts of the hill country. Bulverde, Bernie, I'm jealous. It's going to be 68 degrees up there in the morning hours. It'll be 71 Stinson, 71 in Castroville, 71 in Seguin, and 71 in Hondo. Then a quick rapid warm up as we see plenty of sunshine tomorrow. So 94 Port SA, 94 Seguin, 95 in New Braunfels, 93 in Hondo. And again, this week is going to be pretty quiet and warm with highs generally in the low to mid 90s into next weekend as well. The tropics are starting to be busy in the Pacific and in the Atlantic, so I've got to look at that coming up.
All right, Sarah, thank you.
All right, you want to talk about an Alamo Dome heartbreak? That is exactly what UTSA had on Saturday.
Yeah, and just tough. I would argue that is the best college football game of that weekend. Of all of college football, the triple overtime thriller in the Alamo Dome, and UTSA just coming up short on just a mistake at the last second. When we come back, more about that and the epic challenge that awaits the University of Texas this weekend coming up. The UTSA Roadrunners must now regroup quickly following their 3 overtime season opening loss to Houston as they must next travel to West Point to take on Army on Saturday. It was truly a fight to the finish in front of over 37,000 fans in the Alamo Dome on Saturday, forced to go to 2-point conversions in that third overtime period. It's after quarterback Frank Harris threw for 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, and ran for another to put the Roadrunners in possession for the upset and in position as well. But Cougar quarterback Clayton Tune scored on an 8-yard 2-point conversion in the third overtime to give Houston the lead, only to have Harris attempt sail out of bounds and the Roadrunners fall 37-35 in triple overtime.
There are just some big-time moments against a really great team that you just can't make those kind of mistakes against. It's part of the learning curve. And it was a tough one to learn on because we really thought we played so great for so long.
We just never give up, and I kept telling the guys, keep believing. If we get the opportunity, we got to go out there and, try our best, and that's what we did. I'm proud of those guys. We came up on the losing end, but I definitely will go to bat with these guys each and every week, and I'm proud of them.
All right, kickoff between UTSA and Army is set for 11 a.m. When the Texas Longhorns host #1 ranked Alabama this Saturday in Austin, the Horns will be 20.5-point underdogs. That's after Texas beat Louisiana Monroe 52-10. And Quinn Hewer's debut as their starting quarterback, throwing for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns, while the Crimson Tide kicked off their season with a 55-0 rout of Utah State. The last time these two teams met was in 2010 for the BCS championship for the 2009 season, where Texas lost 37-21 after Colt McCoy could not play in the second half. Remember, UT head coach Steve Sarkisian was Nick Saban's offensive coordinator 2019 and 2020 before taking the job in Austin. What's Sark's message heading into this matchup?
We need to focus on the game plan as we start working into that so that we can go play our style, our brand of football. We can't get enamored with Alabama. We have to be enamored with us and what we need to do to play effective football next Saturday.
He's already saying, we just got to hit him in the mouth and not worry about nothing else. Just hit him in the mouth and go in there, with the mindset of dominance and I'm listening to him because that's right, that's true. And, I can't wait to be a part of, this game next week and to see, what we can do when we play them.
All right, kickoff in Austin Saturday morning is at 11 a.m. The Fighting Texas Aggies will face off against Appalachian State this Saturday in College Station. That's after they were able to beat Sam Houston 31-0 at Kyle Field to kick off their season. Haynes King returned as the Aggies starting quarterback, throwing for 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he also gave up 2 big interceptions. Now, that said, the Aggie defense held Sam Houston to a shutout, including an interception by Jordan Gilbert early in that second quarter that ended the Bearcats' best drive.
The defense, we preach on we are family. So we got each other back, and Coach Durkin does a good job of making sure that we don't forget that we are a brotherhood. And his schemes and things help us be in the right place at the right time. So with that being said, I do think it's definitely a song teller for a great start on the season.
All right, kickoff time in College Station set for 2:30. Coming up tonight on the Night Beat, the big game in our big game coverage opens up district play.
Already?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks, Greg.
And we'll be right back. A special master is going to be appointed to review documents that were seized from Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. We're going to tell you why this has caused the DOJ's investigation to be halted.
And stopping a school threat can be as simple as believing a threat when you hear it. We break down the research that backs this up in our latest Solutionaries episode, right around the corner. This school year, student safety is top of mind more than ever, especially for parents and staff in the Uvalde School District.
As you know, students are going to return to class tomorrow, 3 months after the Robb Elementary shooting that took 21 precious lives.
As part of our Solutionaries series in partnership with our sister stations across the country, we are examining different ways to keep schools and students safe.
And in this latest episode, we're going to look at the power of the see something, say something slogan.
Because anytime a tragedy happens like Uvalde, Texas, everybody wants to do something, and gadgets are not going to help us.
There's been several things that we think that could have potentially taken a path of violence, but maybe we derailed that before it got there.
I'm Chris Perkins. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for Roanoke City Public Schools. The research tells us, Secret Service and Department of Education conducted this research, tells us that the K-12 school attacker and approximately 81% of the time is going to tell someone their intention. And approximately 59% of the time, that school attacker will tell more than one person. So we've got to create ways to build relationships and trust, but most importantly, we've got to create ways that if I do see something, I need an avenue to say something so I don't take ridicule or bullying because I may have told on another person. And so anonymous tip lines is one way or one avenue that we can go down.
There's been several things that we think that could have potentially taken a path of violence, but maybe we derailed that before it got there. I'm Rhonda Stegall, Assistant Superintendent of Roanoke County Public Schools. We have the See Something, Hear Something, Say Something campaign. We have a 24/7 monitoring system called Speak Up, where anybody, students, parents, community members can make a report on that line. on any of these tips, there's something happening, and it's our job to get to the bottom of it and work with the parents to help get support.
If it's an immediate issue where there's a possibility of danger, it'll be 911 to be contacted and the local police will be involved. If it's something that, I saw something that's odd, that individuals, they're generally very happy, but there's something wrong, we can take that information and work with. Because a lot of the times there's commonalities with school attackers. There is no specific profile, but as an example, a commonality is, like I said, the 81% will tell someone. Another commonality is 91% use a handgun. The tip line at the rudimentary foundation of this is a very beneficial tool going forward to complement all the other things that we are trying to do as a school system.
The limitations really are the lack of reporting. So there's lots of things out there, and we hear the same things that the Secret Service report said. Oh, we thought they were kidding. When we do threat assessments, we will ask our students, did you hear anything about, oh yeah, I saw it, I heard it, I didn't think they were serious. He does that stuff all the time, I didn't, So it's the getting past that hesitancy to report. So we've had multiple localities, even outside of our state of Virginia, reach out to us interested in the campaign and wanting to use our poster and our information. So we've shared that information. So we're proud of this campaign. However, it can be better because we want more reporting. And the way we can do that is to educate. And that's what we started this year, educating our stakeholders. And we want them to feel comfortable to report and to see that we actually do something. When you see something, you hear something, and then you say something, then we're going to do something.
And if we go through a proper risk assessment or threat assessment based on that information we receive, then we can prevent that. And that has happened. We have worked through those. And we have been blessed in that we have created this culture of safety in our school system to where I believe that the majority of our students feel comfortable going to an adult and saying, I saw this. We've benefited from that. We have stopped things, people from hurting themselves, people from hurting others, because this information came through.
See something, say something, and the school will do something. That's from our Roanoke sister station. Just one story, part of our larger Solutionaries piece about school safety. The whole episode includes stories from our other sister stations in Houston, Detroit, Orlando, Jacksonville. You can watch the entire piece right now on KSAT.com, on the KSAT Plus app, or on the Solutionaries YouTube channel.
And still coming up, we're going to tell you about that treatment center which uses horses to help people suffering from PTSD. We're going to show you how it works and how the center is providing free services.
It's been more than 24 hours since the manhunt began, and so far, one of the suspects has been found. His condition and what we know about the area where the attacks happened in Canada.
I'm Mark Austin in Uvalde, where classes are about to resume at Uvalde CISD. We will have live team coverage tomorrow on GMSA.
New information coming to light about that mass stabbing in Canada from yesterday that left at least 10 people dead, 18 injured. This is one of the suspects in the manhunt was actually found today dead. Canadian officials say that suspect found with injuries that they believe were not self-inflicted. The search is still on for the other suspect who officials say might be injured and seeking medical attention. The motive still a mystery in all of this, but officials say it appears some victims chosen at random, others specifically targeted. The violent attacks happened in an indigenous community and the surrounding area in Saskatchewan.
We've got a fresh set of investigators and shifts coming in today that will take over this investigation, and we will not stop this investigation until we have those two safely in custody.
Once found, the remaining suspect will be charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder, and breaking and entering.
A federal judge in Florida appointed by former President Trump just gave Trump a win. The judge agreed to appoint a special master to oversee the review of documents that the FBI seized when it raided Mar-a-Lago. Now, the judge citing the, quote, interest in ensuring the integrity of an orderly process amid swirling allegations of bias and media leaks. At the same time, the judge is blocking the DOJ from using the seized materials for its investigation until that special master is appointed. This decision comes after Trump asked for a third-party attorney to be appointed after the FBI's August search, which found more than 11,000 U.S. government documents. And by the way, more than 100 of those documents were classified. Back here at home, a program in Bernie is helping veterans and first responders who are battling PTSD heal and also build trust.
The nonprofit Legacy Farmstead provides equine therapy and community where people can feel complete.
Our Tiffany Huertas explains how the program also helped those who rushed to help victims during the Uvalde mass shooting.
This miniature horse right here, his name is Pirate, appropriately named. He has one eye, so he had some facial trauma, collapsed eye. And then we were able to rescue him from a kill pen facility.
The horses at Legacy Farmstead are rescued and provide therapy to veterans and first responders.
A lot of our families that come here, they can actually identify and relate to the fact that they've experienced trauma as well. And it's just a beautiful full circle moment when they learn the horse's story.
Amy and John Henderson, founders of the nonprofit, say weekend retreats here are saving lives.
It's been a wonderful thing to have families come out, especially with small kids. They love the animals, so it's an icebreaker before they even know what the animals are going to benefit them like.
The nonprofit started this program in 2020, and since then they've helped over 1,000 people. Most recently, they helped first responders who assisted during the Uvalde school shooting.
Really, it just started with a connection, a personal connection that I had with someone that was on a team that responded down there. And then, as those teams started talking, whether it was tactical teams or investigative teams, they started sharing their impact here. So we brought the entire teams out.
And the other amazing thing about it is they came out as a whole, which is important for their camaraderie within their units. But then now we've already started seeing the individual families come back from those units.
The Hendersons hope to expand this free program and have hired a licensed professional counselor to provide a greater level of care.
We just want them to relax, take all the pressure off so they have no stress while they're here.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Okay. All right, now we have a live cam by the airport right there, 87 degrees. I can't help but smile every time I look at those blue skies. But in around 12 hours, the parents are going to be walking their kiddos over to the bus stop, and they want to know what to wear. Is it sweater weather yet in the morning?
I wish.
I was going to say, we can maybe hurry that up a little bit.
Oh, my goodness. Let's try October. But yeah, instead of the Sunday scaries, some may have the Monday scaries out there. Going back to school, back to work. Here's a look at your bus stop forecast early in the morning, 73 degrees. So not too bad in the morning hours. It will be a bit muggy. After school, 93 for the high temperature tomorrow, light and variable winds. But temperatures in the coming days will be a bit warmer than average. I'll have a look at how hot it'll get coming up in just a few minutes.
To the buzz at 6, and the late actor Chadwick Boseman received a posthumous Emmy. The Black Panther star, who died at the age of 43 after a private battle with cancer in 2020, won in the character voiceover performance category. It was for his role as Star-Lord T'Challa in Marvel's What If series. The award was Boseman's first Emmy nomination and win.
And his official Twitter account posted, quote, "He put every part of himself into every character that he ever took on." And it's true, he was an amazing actor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Amazon paid pretty big bucks. Is there something? There you go. There you go.
Oh.
Go back. So Amazon paid pretty big bucks for its Lord of the Rings prequel series, and the investment seems to be paying off because 25 million people worldwide streamed the new series, The Rings of Power, on the day that it was released. And according to Amazon, that makes it Prime Video's biggest premiere ever.
The Wall Street Journal reports production costs range between $715 million and $1 billion for the show. The first 2 episodes are out now. The full 8 to be released weekly through October 14th. Taco Bell not only bringing back the popular Mexican pizza.
So good.
Permanently, it'll be on their menu on September 15th. The fast food giant also says Mexican Pizza, the musical, will debut on the same day. Taco Bell made the announcement on social media this weekend. The musical will air exclusively on TikTok.
Okay, so they're describing the musical as a harrowing story about the fight to bring back the Mexican pizza. And, Dolly Parton is going to make a cameo in the clip. She shared an image on the musical script on social media.
Can it be bad with Dolly part of it?
No.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
He's the best. All right, so today you should revisit a favorite from when you were a kid because it is National Cheese Pizza Day. Woohoo! Yeah, so pizza, we know that it has limitless possibilities. Come on, but this is your chance to keep it simple and, just go back to the basics. Bread, sauce, mozzarella. Now, if you still want to add a little something, you could mix up the cheeses with some Parmesan, feta, Romano.
Yeah.
All sound good.
Cheese pizza more than just for kids, though. Just saying. Not for me. I like it with everything, but some adults eat cheese pizza. Post your pie to social media with the hashtag National Cheese Pizza Day if you want to partake in the celebration of all that is cheese pizza.
I don't mind cheese pizza. I like cheese pizza, especially when it's good quality. My question is, I've never had the Taco Bell Mexican pizza. What is that?
It's amazing.
I don't know.
She loves it.
Amazing. No, it's true.
She loves it.
To you about
She's obsessed by it.
No, it is really good. I mean,
What's
it tastes
the difference
nothing like. It's definitely not a pizza the way
it's
that
like
we
a
have
quesadilla, right? Or
no, it's like 2 corn tortillas, right? And then you have your meat, you have your cheese on it and stuff. But it's like no, but it's a corn.
Okay, all right.
I think we got a debate going here.
Sounds good. Okay, let's talk about the weather, though. How about that? All right. Outside right now, you can see beautiful blue skies out there right now. High temperature today was 91 degrees, 2 degrees shy of the average. And take a look at that. Back at 2000, we had 111 degrees. That is the hottest temperature ever recorded in San Antonio. We were 20 degrees cooler than that today. Thank goodness. Now, I do have to say, though, in the coming days, today was probably actually going to be the coolest day over the next 7 days. We're going to see temperatures a little bit warmer than seasonably average. The average high this week is 92. We'll be looking at highs in the low to mid 90s this week. So not terribly bad out there, but definitely on the warm side. Now on the radar right now, it's fairly quiet. We do have a pop-up downpour right there on the Medina and Uvalde County line. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, you can see those butterflies actually there on the radar. The butterflies are migrating south. Now on the satellite radar across the state of Texas, again, plenty of showers across South Texas today, deep South Texas, and even some thunderstorms near San Angelo, but those are going to continue to fall apart, not making it to San Antonio. And the reason for some of the rain across the eastern portion of the United States is this trough of low pressure. It's pretty much just going to be stuck there in the coming days, sending us little bursts of energy, perhaps an isolated shower here or there, but really it's going to be a fairly quiet week because of this guy. This high pressure system is going to win the battle between the high pressure system and the low pressure system, mostly keeping us dry over the next several days. So the best rain chances we can do, 10 to 20%. That's it. On Wednesday is our best chance for rain in the next 7 days. And even then, it's only an isolated 20% chance for a shower or storm. So when we show you the high-risk futurecast here, early tomorrow morning, there could be some fog west of San Antonio in parts of the hill country, the Edwards Plateau, some patchy fog in the early morning hours. But generally, it's going to be a mostly sunny day tomorrow and pretty quiet, too. Some cirrus clouds for areas like Eagle Pass and Uvalde. But as we look into the afternoon hours, like today, there could be 1 or 2 isolated, very stray showers. Chance for rain is only 10%. Otherwise, it's going to be a hot afternoon. So starting off the day tomorrow, 74 degrees in the early morning hours. It should feel okay out there, just a little muggy. And then by about 10, we'll be at 80, 86 around the lunch hour, mostly sunny skies tomorrow, and then 93 for the high temperature. It shouldn't be too humid in the afternoon either. That 93 may feel like 94, 95, but we're not going to be dealing with oppressive humidity out there during the day tomorrow. Here's a look at high temperatures in the neighborhoods around San Antonio. 93 in Hondo, 91 in Bulverde, 91 in Bernie, 94 in Seguin, and 95 in New Braunfels. It'll be 93 in Floresville. I promised you a check of the tropics. Out in the Pacific, there's Hurricane K, which could actually impact Baja California in the coming days. Meanwhile, in the Atlantic, Hurricane Danielle is going to stay a hurricane for the fish, and Tropical Storm Earl could impact Bermuda on the east side, but generally it's going to stay out into the open ocean as well. And then there's another area off of the coast of Africa that has about a 50% chance of development. We'll be monitoring those closely, but it continues to be a fairly quiet Atlantic hurricane season. This is the peak of hurricane season, and it's pretty quiet out there. Again, this week going to be pretty hot and relatively quiet, high temperatures in the low to mid 90s.
All right, Sarah, thank you.
I think we need to buy a Mexican pizza and a quesadilla, put them side by side, and decide what
One is
works.
a flour tortilla and the other is corn.
In case you missed it, coming up next.
It is Monday, September 5th.
San Antonio police looking into what happened before someone was shot and killed. This happened around 11 o'clock last night in the 6500 block of Beach Trail Drive. Neighbors in that area say they heard multiple shots, and then when officers got there, they found 42-year-old Antonio Flake dead in the driveway of a home right across the street from where he lived. Police also found 2 different shell casings in the area, and now they're talking to as many people as they can to try and find the shooter or shooters.
Jordan Tompkins is one of 3 people that has not been seen in the Lake Hills area. She was last seen wearing a black top and pink shoes, leaving the Medina Lake Country Club back in April. Call the Bandera Sheriff's Office if you have any information on her whereabouts.
University Health and Bexar County are teaming up to offer free flu shots during drive-through clinics.
So the drive-through clinics start this month and go through October. The shots will be offered to anyone 6 months and older, but you will have to register in advance to get one of those appointments.
It's required that you register online. The first clinic is going to be coming up this Saturday.
Witnesses saying the seaplane carrying 9 adults and 1 child descended quickly into Puget Sound's Mutiny Bay. One official saying all 9 people unaccounted for are presumed dead. The search now being described as a recovery effort.
Stop what you're doing. Dolly Parton came out with a doggy line called Doggy Parton.
Doggy Parton features dolly wigs for your dog, pink cowgirl hats, red gingham western shirts, and doggy squeeze toys. Doggy Parton promised that coming soon, best-selling items would be available for plus-size dogs.